Welcome back to another video here for Bloons Crash Course, and today we are going to be covering Ace Farm Chipper. So we'll start off looking at the upgrades, and then we'll try to get into a game. So our tier 1s for Ace are Rapid Fire, which increases the fire rate of the darts. Then you got Pineapple Present, which drops a pineapple that explodes and can pop leads every 3 seconds, although not very useful in most cases. Tier 2 is Sharper Darts, which increases the pierce of the darts to 8. Spy Plane allows camo detection, very vital for most defenses. Tier 3 has Never-Miss, which allows the darts to just pop the balloons themselves without you having to do too much, which is actually one of the main upgrades for this strategy to work, which is Never-Miss. And the same for ODS, Operation Dartstorm, which doubles the amount of darts fired and increases the fire rate. And then there's Spectre, which is very good late game for popping all the balloons. And Ground Zero is great for cleanup of BFBs and ZMGs and Moabs. The next is Chipper. I've already covered Farm before, so that should be pretty reasonable for you guys to, if you want to check out another video if you don't understand it. But we got tier 1 here with Suckier, which increases the suction speed of a balloon chipper, which could be useful in some cases. Maybe it's in an awkward spot, which doesn't allow it too much time to see balloons, but having this faster suction allows it to suck up all those balloons in that short time frame. And long range just increases the range. Tier 2 is allowing it to suck in and pop ceramics and lead balloons, which is useful for most round 16, 17, and 18 defenses. Even later on, you can be very reliant on that upgrade. Faster Shred just speeds up the shredding time of the chipper, so that's a pretty nice upgrade. It's not required if there isn't much of a need, but it's pretty nice. Super Wide Funnel, which used to be a tier 4 upgrade, but now it's a tier 3 because they added Omni Shredder. The Super Wide Funnel allows it to suck in Moabs and BFBs and shreds them for up to 3 seconds. For Moabs and BFBs, it should be able to just one-shot the layer, although it could be mistaken for BFBs. Might take a couple shots for the BFB. And then for the BFB, it will break into 4 Moabs, and then it can suck up those Moabs. Triple Barrel is very fast chippers. I don't know if it's 3 times speed, it might be a bit more. But this is great for cleanup and can help break down a ton of ceramic layers very fast. So that's very nice with ODS, which has a high pierce and high fire rate. Whereas Super Wide Funnel might pair a bit better with Never-Miss because Super Wide Funnel stalls out those Moabs and BFBs, which allows the Never-Miss to hit all of its targets, whereas ODS might miss a couple targets. Omni Shredder allows it to suck in ZMGs, which is really good. I don't know if it affects the Moabs and BFB shredding times. It might increase it. You might have to just find that on yourself. And then Super Vac allows it, it's an ability that sucks in all nearby balloons below ZMG and holds them for 8 seconds, which is very nice. Let's see. I was trying to get into a BFB game here. This strategy works pretty effectively on the majority of land maps, even on some awkward water/land maps. It might work. Here it might work. I'm not very experienced in the strategy, so it's kind of a newer strategy, so Okay, SML, it's an awkward strategy here, but we can try it out. My goal isn't really to win, it's more just like trying to demonstrate ideas and what you want to see for the strategy. Okay, we're going against someone pretty aggressive here. For my ace spot, I'll probably start here. You kind of want your ace centered in most cases. That way to be able to micro it freely. So we have Heli. Do we have Heli, Cobra, Boomer? Maybe. Interesting that they're super aggro. They're probably being super aggro to try and counteract this strategy. If you want someone that's played this strategy for a long time and see if they have any videos on it, then that would be Lokesh. Lokesh, another great YouTube and Bloons player. Okay, let's buy that. It might be good to just go for this because of round 4. I might be a bit odd here by playing that. I think rapid fire is also probably necessary. I probably should have just gone rapid fire, but it's okay. You need a good tap. Where the hell is my ace? Holy cow. My ace went everywhere but the Bloons. Okay, yeah, Cobra. Let's go for this. I don't like leaking so much, but I don't really have much of a choice because I do have a bit of a skill issue from not playing recently much. But it's okay. Let's try and go for our farm. Can we go for this? Sorry for being a bit quiet. I just have to try and focus up. We are missing way too many buttons. So this might be a situation where Suckier is pretty useful. Where it decreases that suction time. But it's fine. Holy cow. Oh, it's gonna be death if I don't do anything. Okay, let's just go for a never miss. Right, that shouldn't die. It's a bit sketchy, but it's fine. Let's hope this is strong. This will help try and stall out those white Bloons, allowing us to farm. And we want to force defense, I suppose. So that'd be probably pretty good. Boom boost this. We're gonna expect a boost maybe. And he goes for a ricochet. But he still had 2 Cobras, so that's pretty nice. This is a very awkward chipper spot. This is more efficient. I'm just gonna buy that. Okay, he has a... The darts were slower than he... Oh, that's kind of unfortunate. Let's go for a figure 8. That might be a bit more helpful. This is a pretty unfortunate line what I'm playing here. Because Cobra probably is pretty good against this. Because of its super aggressive nature. But Trooper should be able to handle a lot of things if I'm playing this right. But I'm definitely not. You should be able to have like a bank by now. It's kind of, it reminds me of like old G Dartwing Bomb. Like when it first started to become very popular. So yeah. Yeah, there we go. That's a pretty nice defend. He's something like zebras and pinks there. I'm gonna expect a big rush next round with like tons of reroll leads, which is a pretty common rush because the chipper can get overwhelmed pretty fast. Yeah, round 16 as well. Let's send this out. Try and delay his farming. Also try and get something out of this. Okay, let's boost. Oh, this camo's in there. Yeah, we kind of just shred that. All I did was a boost and he all added me. Oh, well, he all added me and I boosted. I can just go for an ODS here and be fine. ODS just shreds group Bloons. So if you ever get all outed and you can afford like an ODS, then you're gonna be fine. Our opponent, very awkward here with a DC Glitch Surrender. Okay. I feel like he could have done better if he just kept playing out, going for his plan of adjusting, which would have been a bit more of an issue. Heavy aggression is kind of the bane of these passive strategies, but it's alright. Hopefully we can find another player so quick. For ZMG defenses, you probably can just go for an Omni Shredder and then ground zero the insides after some time. Although maybe that's not the best case, because it's gonna pop into like Moabs and then choose to cancel BFB, and it's probably better not to double. That's interesting. So we get Zionics. This is a pretty standard map. We'll go it here. Most people will try and either go two ways, actually three. They'll either run this strategy, try and circumvent the strategy with like Cobra, or try to outlast the strategy. Maybe like Hell Yeah, Ice could do something, Ninja Ace, with like game strategies like Dart Farm Super. As I mentioned, I'm not the most experienced with this strategy, so I am not too certain about the win rates against those, which again I defer to Wilkesh. So we have Engineer here. I don't know the eco numbers, so let's see. I'll try to figure out the eco numbers throughout the game. So we start with 250, then we make about we have to spend money on a farm too. This is probably fine. Okay, let's just try an ODS micro, I guess. It's not even ODS micro, it's just Ace micro right now. Usually it's called ODS micro because you're doing it with ODS for like Dart, but it's fine. Okay. Yeah, here is the pink Bloons. There's definitely a more efficient way to do this strategy than I know. So probably faster firing is needed here. 2 aces might be good. But I don't know. For Moabs, you're gonna already have a decent amount of defense. You could probably get away with not even buying a Moab Shredder. You might want to just buy a double Nevamis, and that might be enough. Here for round 8 and 7, I guess, I'll buy maybe a Nevamis. I don't know if I need to. I might just buy another chipper. But this is strong too. And go and figure infinite. Or not. It's going to completely mess up everything. Okay. I'm not sure if it's good to do a full passive like I've been, or a mixed eco / aggressive starting, so you can get those eco numbers up and then farm pretty heavily mid game. I think both might be acceptable, and it could be down to preference and situation. But yeah, for the majority of you guys, which are in like CC or below, this should probably be efficient enough. Your micro probably is not the greatest if you're watching, so I recommend you also just trying to practice that to try and improve your win rate over time, because you're going to need it. And we're up in farms, so that's pretty nice. We're gonna buy a bit of defense so I don't die to something, pretty unfortunately. Okay. Alright, and it was good to be a bit cautious there, because he's had regrows and a ton of whites here, which shouldn't do anything. Recently, like a year ago, probably, maybe a bit more, Never Miss got like a Pierce buff, I think. Or no, it got 2 extra darts. So it's like way better than it used to be. Which sparked like this Never Miss revolution among a lot of users. Oh yeah. For round 13, you should probably be able to just boost and buy a Never Miss like this in this situation. Or maybe even a ODS for an all out around 13 and 14. You kind of want to be greedy with your banks. Trying to get it early on is pretty nice. Because I don't know if it's just better to go directly. I think it's better to go bank into BIA because you build up your eco and extra money. Or that's how like most people play it. Let's send this out. Try and force a bit of defense here. Send a few camo Bloons over top. Oh, he's dead. Okay. Well, I didn't want to do that. Hopefully he rematches me. I expected like Ninja because he didn't place on a Spike Factory. Yeah, he's mad that he died. Or he's mad that I played Ninja. It's one or the other. I'm also speaking way too fast, so let's try and slow down. Swan Lake is one of those maps that it doesn't really work on. Zen Garden? It might work on Zen Garden. It might be too short though. Frozen River might work as well. It doesn't really matter the move order. I mean, not move order. Placement order of the towers, unless you have like a preference depending on the map. Like for me, if I can't go a middle or a third spot, then I will go for a top spot for my ace if it's like Swan Lake or not Swan Lake, Swamp. The swamp usually prevents you from placing like directly across unless it's third spot. Okay, we have a wizard here. Wizard is going to be pretty interesting. Yes, we wanted to try and figure out the eco numbers. Okay, so we're gonna spend 400 here maybe. Okay, so 500. Okay, it's kind of difficult to do it with farming in the equation. Okay, so that's gonna give us. Okay, we could go a bit more. Okay, 264 seems a good number. Yeah, 264. If they don't rush, if they have like farms, I guess is good. And you go for a while. Let's go like this. We're facing Eco Wizard, which is interesting. What could he have? He could have like Super Monkey Ice, Super Monkey Ninja. I'm assuming it's Eco because it's kind of odd to face something else. Also, I'd like to have this like figure 8. That was the wrong way. Oh my days. My ace micro completely shot. I have not had good ace micro in ages, actually. Maybe it's good to go for a direct never miss here so I don't have to worry about this for like ages. Okay. I think I will. He has a wizard, so it shouldn't be easy to rush him for a while. I'll send some black Bloons though. Is he farming? He might have farms. It might have been It might have been a bit better to go for like 2 aces there, but I don't think so, because the amount of time that you waste just saving up for those aces to upgrade them, and then you're gonna sell them again later on for a never miss, you're probably gonna just lose on money in the long run, and also probably gonna just leak more. So there isn't really any benefit to doing that as opposed to just going for a never miss as soon as you can. Like if you defend an ace, that's already like half the price of a never miss, and then you gotta upgrade it maybe to try and hold back some of those balloons. Then you're already spending more than what it would cost to originally just get a never miss. let's go for a farm. We got 2 plantations. This is pretty nice. We go for a lead popping power next round. He has glue, so maybe like glue super monkey. I gotta be a bit careful here because of whites and big rush. Yeah, I'm gonna try and micro just a little bit so it doesn't miss any ace darts. Because if you notice, sometimes the ace darts will go off the map because it can't find a target close by. So that's when it becomes worthwhile to just micro your ace a bit closer to the start of the map or where you want it to be so it can hit all those darts and get the maximum damage. Sniper Monkey is very odd combo here. Doesn't really have great late game potential because you don't really have anything that's cheap and efficient. You have your moneymaker sniper. You have your Moab damage, your Phoenix, which again is like 10k a pop. Then you have your glue to kind of clean up if you can, which is also like $10,000 per for left side, which is very, very inefficient, I feel like. I don't have camo protection. I should probably buy that. Okay, let's go like this. It's pretty cheap to do this. I'm gonna boost. Am I fine? Holy, okay. Yeah, that was just straight up leads that he sent the entire round. So maybe I'd be a more caution there. But it's also kind of just like my spot of my placement, because this is just dead center instead of at the back, which can clean up more easily. This might also be a good spot here. You could place an ace, or here. I think this is probably fine where I have it now, because of the ability to just hit both lanes at the end. So let's keep farming. He's probably going to send a VFB, which maybe I want to right side on the like center of the map so it can clean up everything. Or I can just boost with like 2 never misses. Okay, let's go here. Let's boost, I guess. Oh my days. Holy cow, okay. This was taking way too long. I can buy this back. But it was taking forever for that Moab to pop. I had so much money, but also not enough money, which is kind of crazy. Does that affect my plans too much? Not really. This is kind of an awkward spot, I guess. If that's the case, it shouldn't be that bad. I think it was just mainly not having lead detection for so long that it got by. I don't want to kill him, and I also kind of want to see this go late game so I can show off some of the ideas of using the Omni Shredder to pop down the ZMG layer and maybe a Spectre to clean up a bit. Maybe a couple left side chippers, Moab Shredders, to go for the BFB and Moab layers. Maybe it's good to just micro this upwards. Hopefully it doesn't die to AI. I don't know the importance of boost in the strategy late game. I don't think they matter too much, because it would only just speed up the chipper's suction, which is good and bad. But it's mainly good, I guess. Round 24. I might consider buying a ODS because of the density of balloons. I don't know what the point of that was. Okay, it's just straight up ecoing, which is kind of odd when he has snipers. He should have enough eco now. He has like probably 700 eco. Yeah, you can see like the density of arrows or darts from the ODS is like much more than the never miss. And we'll probably sell for a factory in a second. And just completely fill up the map of factories. Another part of what made this strategy viable in the first place is the buff to farms. Because farms got a huge, cheap buff. Like, they're much cheaper. Don't die. Oh my days. Give me a thumbs up. He nearly died there. That would have been bad. It does look chaotic on my side, but that's just because of the chippers. They stall out the balloons, so you're gonna have to get used to it. But it can be a bit annoying because you never really know when you're about to die late game, because sometimes the chipper could have it from the beginning or the end of the map, and you don't really know until it comes out again. Okay, I'm gonna buy another one just so I don't choke this. Yeah. Okay, how expensive is my defense right now? I have, what, 8K, 13, what is that, 16? 13 plus 5, is it 20, 18? Okay, I have about 20K in defense right now, so it's probably more efficient to just go for a Spectre for a couple rounds, but this should be fine. Like selling some defense, buying a Spectre. Opponent does not have any money because they went for an eco strategy. Let's go for this so we don't die. And let's just buy a Spectre. Save myself with troubles. I'm gonna leave a couple of chippers up so that it doesn't struggle to find a target, I guess. Yep. So we kind of want to position our chipper stall kind of like towards the back, I guess, so we can stall other those BBs and Moabs that pop out. This is going to be a pretty long video. Holy cow. Okay, let's buy another ace. I do not trust this. Another thing with the chipper is that sometimes it pull hawks the Spectre, unfortunately. So that can be kind of an issue at times. Now I'm just going to spam some Omni Shredders, and hopefully this will help out. Opponent might die to round 13. I mean, 32. So yeah. Spam some of these guys. It's probably not the very most efficient. I probably can just go for a couple super wide funnels so I can save like half the money. Or twice the money, I guess. Oh my days. He dies to red balloons from round 32. Okay. Unlucky. I'll show off, I guess, what it looks like when a ZOMG enters and see if I can find a quick cheap defense. It's a decent map for this. I guess we can go through like Shipyard, probably too short. Marsh is fine, I guess. Maybe not enough farms. Dungeon, Okay, a lot of the new maps. Spring Core is probably good for this. Spring Core has good curves and bends and loops. So what do we have for like round 32? So we had this kind of setup already. This is already like our setup for round 22-ish. So let's set it up for like 23, I guess. It's fine. Send it to ZMG. ZMG. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna buy an Omni Shredder. See how many times it takes to pop that ZMG layer. I think it's gonna take 4. So we're at 2, 3, 4. So 5. Okay, 5 times. We want to prepare our GZ here. Maybe something the Celeste would be good. Actually, no, never mind. We'll do that. Let's buy a GZ. How long does it take? We want to kind of wait till everything is damaged, like last second. Alright. So that's just buying a Omni Shredder and a Ground Zero. You could probably sell the Omni Shredder for a Ground Zero if you're strapped on cash. And same for this. Like you sell these two for GZ. And same holds true, I assume, for like around 31. We'll maybe have like Inspector up, maybe like a couple of these guys. If we have like enough money, we'll just buy 2. This should be pretty reasonable here. Send 32 out. And I guess you'll face a couple of these at once. Maybe you need a couple different aces. Not aces. Omni Shredders, if you want it to be the most efficient. So this is 3 right now. It's gonna take a while. We could probably boost, I guess. Boost now. See if this helps at all. We really only have 1 doing work, so I'm gonna buy a second one. And this should help clean up a lot better. Send 31 out. Okay, 33. And try and defend with a couple GZs here. That's one mod that didn't get through. Is it fine? Looks fine. Spectre is just cleaning up really nicely with those like ceramic insides. It's going to be very chaotic, so this is kind of why we want multiple Omni Shredders up. So we don't really have to worry about that. Hopefully that lasts. ZMG gets popped pretty soon. Let's try and double GZ this. And yeah, very pretty clean defenses there. Of course, you're going to face a couple more ZMGs than that, but the principle should hold as long as you have enough money to afford a couple Omni Shredders. Maybe another Spectre could help out with like preventing any extra leaks, and just Ground Zeroing when you have the opportunity. And if you're a bit sharp for cast, maybe like a Super Vac can help out, because that can hold up to 8 seconds of a lot of different balloons below a ZMG. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and check out my other videos if you enjoyed this one. Peace out.